What's up, guys? It's Griffin7B Adventure. Jeep's finally outside. It took forever. It's not done yet. I still have a ton of work to do, but she's getting there. It is a 77 CJ-7 high pinion 44 in the front. It's out of a 60s Ford to F250, so half 3/4 ton, or half ton actually. It was 5 lug. I changed that to 8 lug. A Dana 60 out of a 70s Ford, so it's got a 1 ton rear axle. It's all 8 lug, so I'm running Hummer wheels, which you'll see in a minute. I'll walk you around the Jeep and tell you what I've done to it and show you. And here's a newer Jeep. This is my dad's 06 LJ. They made it for 3 years, just like they made mine, with the motor, transmission, transfer case combo for 3 years. It has a 258 inline 6. It used to have a T18 and a Dana 20 transfer case. I took that out, put a 435 out of my truck, so it's still a 4-speed, but I swapped it for more options on a transfer case. So I'm running a 205 also out of a Ford for this driver's side drop so it lines up so I can actually have 4-wheel drive. I am going to be upgrading with a 203 rain section, so I'll have a doubler, so I'll have multiple transfer cases for multiple low gear ratios. I'm building it to be a rock crawler. I'm running 37s. They're a Parnelli Jones. I'm not going to be running those tires for very long. I'm going to be running them this summer so I can save some money, and I have them, so I'm going to run them this way. Left the inline 6 in it, still motor and transfer, the tranny and transfer case transmission. That's all changed. I also completely swapped out the suspension. I have a custom 4-link in the rear and a custom 3-link up front with stock TJ coils. It sits pretty good. It does sit taller than my dad's, as you can see, but his Jeep is just like a TJ from, I forgot years, but they made by CJ, which they stopped in '86, and that's when they started making a YJ, which was square headlights. And then after the YJ was done, they made that one, a TJ. And then they made his Jeep from 05, 06, and 07, which is the LJ. And then they started making the JK, which is all the new stuff. And then the JKU, which is the 4-door. I hate those. Completely hate them. It's a Grandmobile now. They're all over the place, and people upgrade them weird. Preferably, that one's still too new for me. I don't like it all that much. I prefer CJ's. I love my Jeep. It is beautiful. She is awesome. And I'm going to own many of them. I'm going to keep this one forever because I can. I'm going to build more close to that because I can, and I will. But 8 months so far, and I finally got to roll it outside, so that's good. And that means I can clean out the shop. Fuel tank, if you watch the video, I got my fuel tank going. I should have that finished this week so I can put that in. Got a finished fuel tank. I got brake lines and fuel lines to do. Sway bar, drive lines, rebuild the front end. It doesn't have any gears in it. But I'm going to walk you around the Jeep and show you what I did and talk about it. Another thing, my dad's Jeep, it is a 06, like I said, but it has a 4-inch lift spring in it and 33s. They normally came with like a 30 and no lift, of course, stock, but his is built, so that's how much taller his Jeep is to mine is to his. So, but I have full width axles and newer suspension style, but I'm also running 37s, so that's a lot of my big lifts. So if I had the same size tire as him, I would probably sit about even to what his Jeep is. And I've thought about that, but I like my bigger tire, more rolling resistance, less rolling resistance, and more ground clearance. That was one of the issues I was looking at for a full width axle. They're bigger than what I had in it, but I wanted to go for more ground clearance. I wanted to play with it a little more, so I went bigger axles. And my other ones were older, and I knew someone else would like them, so I wanted a bit bigger Jeep because I like the style of them more. So let's do a walk around. Alright, so this front end, here's my track bar. I have to change that a little bit because of my new steering components, and I just got these in yesterday or Saturday. No, I got them in Friday. I had work yesterday, so I finally got them back in. Here's my stock coils, and right inside here, why there's a tube, if you can see that because the sun's glaring pretty bad, is my bump stop and my coil retainer. So if I flex it, my coils aren't going to fall out. My 3rd upper link and my 2 links are the same in the rear. But I got these, they're 1-ton GM tie rod ends, GM 1-ton. I got them from a guy online called Barnes, and I got him a really good deal on them, so that was awesome. For this side, my coil bucket for the top, upper coil bucket, and my track bar, I tied together so it's welded there. And I have a retainer plate holding down the bottom of the springs. And here's the Hummer wheels. I'll do a video for how these ones are put together. They're a split rim, so they come apart in pieces. There is no hubs on it and no axle shafts in the front because I don't have the center differential put together at this moment. And then as you come around to the back, the front lower link mounts are welded to the frame, and then I have a link mount on this put there on the inside. There's a 2 option hole for that, but the rear is a little different. I made a truss for the rear 60 and brackets for my rear upper links. Yeah. So, and I made the cross member for right now. I'm going to be changing that when I do my 205, 203 doubler. And another big thing I did to this to help, it was full of rust, so I changed the rear frame itself. It used to come all the way back and up, and I changed that, and I narrowed it and raised it up to help with making it sit level and not too high in the rear. I wanted to sit lower, and I had to cut part of the body for my rear frame to come through, which didn't. It was kind of rusty right there too. So, still got a little bit of work, a lot of work to do, but it's getting there. And then the inside is kind of beat. It's kind of rusty, so that's another big project for down the road. Big hole in the floor there. For speed, yeah. And a bunch of spare parts I gotta deal with. O-rings for the wheels. So, and I did put. That's the top of the coil bucket right there. So, my steering box location came out of my Jeep pickup that's sitting over there. Stolted gear out of that, and then I made sure I used all 4 bolt holes, so I added to the frame on the bottom, so I could. And these are sleeve, so it's not just bolted to the frame. Here it's sticking out a little bit. I made this one a little longer, and then this one a little longer, but it's sleeved, so I don't pinch the frame shut. And the front is stretched 5-6 inches. For moving the steering gear forward, so I can move the front axle forward. This had a wheelbase of 96 at the beginning, and it's 103, which is the same as my dad's LJ, which is this orange one right here. So the wheelbase is the same as from center line of the axle in the rear and center line of the axle in the front is the same distance. And I did that on purpose for when I want to go trail riding and climbing on hills. It has less of a chance to roll backwards. So I was working on that. And another big thing why I built it like I did, I didn't want it too tall like a lot of people build their Jeeps, and I wanted new suspension. I thought about going leaf springs and keeping leaf springs, because that's what it was, and doing a sprung over, but I didn't want it to get way too tall. So I didn't. I made it so it sits lower, and it sits pretty low for what it is, which I'm happy about, and it's going to ride really good. So thanks for watching, guys. Show this to your friends. I want to see what people think of this. I'm going to have a fully customized Jeep before I'm done with high school. It's not going to be done, because no Jeep is really ever done. I'm not going to do a traditional light bar, square light bar on it. I'm going to do 5 LEDs across the right in front of the windshield on top. 5 round 6 or 8 inch rounds. I forgot what size they came in. They're right across the front, and they're going to be bright. Rock lights, so I can light up my tires when I'm rock climbing at night wheeling. So I gotta put flares on it so I don't get in trouble with the police. But it's getting there. Thank you guys for watching. Hope you enjoyed the video. Please show this to people. I post pictures on Facebook all the time, so if you want, friend me on Facebook, or hit me up in my emails for any of that. Follow me on, check me out on Patreon. Even if you want, just check it out. That's kind of cool. If you want to donate, that's awesome. Thank you to you. I'll say thank you if you do it. Premature thank you if you ever do. I want to get this thing on the road so I can do a lot more traveling videos. So I'm going to go up Baldy, I want to go up the mountains around here. I'm going to do a lot of videos, so. Well, I'm getting there. I'm going to have it, I hope to have it done by my birthday on the 26th this month. It's going to be cutting close. I got to be working on it every single day. I got to do a fuel tank this week. I have to get it done. Get that in, start doing fuel lines, get that, and I'll probably get it running. And then drive lines need to get in, and then wire everything up. And all the big other things, and then I gotta tear it apart again and paint it. That's gonna be easy. I'm just gonna put it back on the lift. It's where it's been this whole spring and winter. Yeah. But thanks for watching, guys. Hope you have a good rest of your day.